Psychiatry for a Mad World. An extract from the book. The poorest countries are especially prone to civil wars, which start at around 2 per year. The cost to the world for this is over $105 billion per year, or around double the global aid budget. In a poor country, a typical 7-year civil war will make the country 15% poorer. Clearly, this manner of running the world leaves a lot to be desired. The smallest of conflicts. There are various attempts to explain wars, but it is straightforward to see that war is in fact a mental health issue. We can see this if we remember that every action for every person on Earth is first controlled by a thought. Every war then must be initiated by thoughts. If we decide that wars are an unhealthy way of going about things, it follows that our thinking must be unhealthy. In other words, wars have to be caused by mental illness. To bring an end to war, then, we have only one choice. We must look into the psychological causes of war and see if we can find a cure. We can gain some clarity if we examine the war process in terms of genetic drives, in particular in terms of genetic psychopathy. We must be cautious not to oversimplify the causes of war, but having said that, we are going to take the simplest example we can and look at conflict in a group of 4 people. Imagine a party of 3 explorers heading out into a remote wilderness where survival is a critical issue. There are pressures on the group caused by the need to find shelter, food and water, and the group intends to work together in the struggle to survive in an inhospitable environment. They set up camp and eat before retiring to sleep, leaving their emergency rations nearby. In the night, a bear enters the camp, finds the food and steals it while the group is asleep. The following morning, the explorers wake to find their rations missing, but the bear left no sign that it had been around. The survival pressure on the group is intensified by the loss of the food, and ignites a fear of dying and genetic anger in each of the explorers. Each has had his or her territory encroached on by someone or something else, and each is motivated by a deep primeval instinct to seek out the perpetrator and deal with them. At this stage, the explorers are relying on their current mental maps, and their maps tell them stories about how they have been wronged by others in their past. Without conscious thought, they equate the missing food with the thieves from their past who had wronged them. There may be instances of transference occurring in the group. Following their old mental maps, they look for another human to blame, ignoring the possibility that an animal could have stolen the food. They start to suspect each other of being the thief. The personalities of the 3 group members differ in key ways. The group leader has a dominant personality. She is an alpha female. Her instinct to pass on her genes is very strong, although she is unaware of what she is doing when she engages in interpersonal battles for supremacy. Her survival tactic throughout life is to beat others into submission by being actively aggressive. The aggression is not physical and usually not even overtly abusive, but she will typically speak out without hesitation, often talking over others, stating her opinions as proven facts which are beyond doubt. Any person questioning her is dealt with firmly. She has to maintain her status as a strong leader so others will see her as an attractive mate. She wants to be seen as the kind of person who will strongly protect her offspring. In this way, she becomes desirable to others since, by protecting herself and her offspring, she will also protect the genes of any person she had created offspring with. Another person in the group is an intellectual. She does not have a dominant personality, but with her talented mind she sees clearly how her environment works and so is able to navigate her world successfully, rendering her more able to survive long enough to make children. Her survival tool is her mind. She observes people and sees how they play games in order to survive. In her intellectual world, she has found ways of cooperating with others, ensuring that all members of a group can successfully survive. This woman, then, has a high degree of compassion towards others, allowing them to survive alongside her. She too is sexually desirable, since anyone mating with her will be selecting an intelligent mother who will more likely live a long time, and a compassionate mother such as this will take greater care to ensure the survival of her mate and their offspring. Note that intellectuals are not necessarily altruistic, many are psychopaths.